We made it to Rabbit River, Michigan, and look at Luca loves the snow, folks. He's like 5 years younger in this snow and absolutely loves it. Been a little dark. You know, I've actually been making some recordings, but I just been present and not posting them, kind of being with nieces and nephews and the family and my own brain. But I wanted to round out negotiating November with a couple of ideas and a couple books. The one I picked up I'm listening to right now again is called Bargaining with the Devil by Robert Mnookin. So you guys have heard me push Chris Voss for years, right? But he also had a mentor coming up that he talks about in his book called Bob Mnookin, right? And Bob Mnookin's from Harvard. Listening to the book over again, I listened to the last half on the way here, but I started over again because it was like, wow, I'm making all these mistakes. I see it. And so, you know, in the beginning of his book, Robert Mnookin took over for a guy that wrote a book that said getting to yes, right? And what came through with Chris Voss as Chris Voss met Robert Mnookin was getting to know. And so there's a whole other book that I would suggest. It's called Start With No. And the brain science that Chris Voss and his team and the FBI guys stumbled across while collaborating with Harvard is a very interesting story. But you also have two people that are not experts in the field that are not going to sit here and say my way is right. Okay, and that's what I see with Robert Mnookin. And if you want to read the book, Bargaining with the Devil by Robert Mnookin, he uses labels almost throughout it, you know. So he's using the techniques that Chris Voss teaches about. Doesn't spend a whole lot of time talking about, you know, those kind of conversations, but he does spend time talking through stories of from Nelson Mandela to Winston Churchill. The history is great. And there's also family. I need to sell a property and some people want to keep it and some people don't. And so how do we negotiate through that? And how we demonize each other. And I'm going to leave you with this, guys. We are demonizing each other, and it's one of the worst negotiation techniques you can have, and I completely forgot about it. So if you want to learn more about demonizing and how to, you know, get the better outcome and have a more joyful life, pick up Bargaining with the Devil by Robert Mnookin. And you guys have a happy holiday. Love you all. There'll be a longer discussion coming next.